Powering on. Welcome to All-Tech Lansing.
Be sure to make sure.
From Westworld. From Westworld. Be sure, tell them, make sure. In time, we gon' make more. Clip say the whole 20, but I think it could take more. Rather stick fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, that I'ma take off. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. Half I'm on it so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full. I just 8 more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full. Give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit. Bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in. I just break cold. Ballin' so hard they ask me the team that I play for. Scammer who? But they made Jordan with it. Feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the peace who's what they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Pay my dues, never left a wage, I just raised war. Many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on the throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, gon' be a story in my days.
Against all enemies. In high school, you was the man that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing. Dog, I'm ready to keep you losing my where I'm from. I ain't talking from what you see, I never lost soul. Losing time, wait to steady paces. Walk back, I'm on there. You pray to God, hoping he can save me. But the power about war, that's a different angle. It's another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason. Got a flash on the grip. Nigga, big priest. Grandma just me on my increase. And I'ma keep stepping these doors to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dots, put it on your name, verified. From which world? Bigger than World War III. Do not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on the throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, gon' be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then changed. So when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib will have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have the beach squad and rap this is me high. Never nigga shack size. Respect that holy fire. When you hear it, you get baptized. One Westworld, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the globe up. Let's have a feast. Let's shine on our enemies, right in their face. Let's blind on our enemies, cause now we have, so we come from have not. So that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cash lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck, burned out I was, from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drum.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on the throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, gon' be a story in my page.
Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it was my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? When we're talking about practice.
Best believe that I'm top three. The only thing is I'm not two and I'm not three. Put me anywhere up and they wonder it's not me. It's beat, you shut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No piece, the butterfly stinger, that's Ali. You read, I teach you with the hand, that's Kyrie. Machine, you hook like a Roman, that's Ali. You a sheep, I'ma throw this a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block me. They block me. I can show them high lows, try to swim in the stud light. They bring out the nose, big man up on the trip. All here's coming out the fall. Connected from college, New York niggas, so let it go. Pay for this. Nigga, I eat bars and drink flows, thinking you woke until your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy. It's like a free throw. Master the game too early. This bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game. You niggas lame, safe, bring the shame. If I'm with an officer, it's the number in his name. We ain't the same. You want the easy man, tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire. You can't take your ass, take your aim. Running, you can try to best. Drive a car, name dance. That's why I'm in the stats. Like when you niggas once again, it's I ain't breaking sweat. Number one in everything, I think that's why I'm one track. The Lord is not the God of the kids, but when I die, coming back from my spot, so forever I'm top three. Just tell them to watch this, handle it with the mop stick. You gonna need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit, 10% out, not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog, it's not fit. They can see that my mind is sick. I don't like it, I sign shit, I don't like it, then I'll switch. My cousin is dying, tell them listen, I'm God sick. It ain't because my kids is built like 5'6", 5'7", it's my bitch. Dangerous, high risk, I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl, I'm talking about another one. Head down, hey look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house, nigga, we burn the crib. I'm like, head down, and I hope they can hear now. I don't care if niggas hit, nigga, I don't fear. My colors make it sound like rainbow. That's a quiet star, get the job done, nigga, people get fired for. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you was real, the real, that's how I was born. Walking in bitch ready for war, I'm in right form. I want these niggas to see me flex, that's why I am armed. Shit and live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm and go through the shit so heavy. I'm top three. Only thing is, I'm not two and I'm not three. Best believe that I'm top three. Only thing is, I'm not two and I'm not three. Best believe that I'm top three. Only thing is, I'm not two and I'm not three.
I got you.
All right. Let's get this action on the way. SBK North Cal Sabbath Service about to get on the way. Let's get the Most High hand. Clap it up, clap it up. You understand? Okay, I'm gonna say a mantra. La Yashala. All right. Hakodan, which means face to east. We'll get the prayers on the way. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemaya, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Lakwaka, Abaa, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'aratazai, Kowa, Haya, Bashemayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Cal, Yawam, Wasalat now, Kabawaf now, Kasalat now, Kabawaf Yenawa, Wala'a, Tabayai now, Wanasaya 1, Abal, Hawashai now, Mayan, Rai, Kayalaka, Amalakwa, Wahala, Wahatapara, Iowa Lumya. Amen. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. We're going to cut the power. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Baba Kushah, Nathanga Nawa, Hakat, La Rapa'a, Cal Matala, or Cal Matawa, Hakat, La Tahar, Hamatazaria, Hakat, Lahatwim, Mahathmium, Hamathium, Hakat, Al Rakawaf, Amata'ala, Lagarashah, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the water of mine. And then in English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power here, the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it. We're going to bless Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, Barak Manawa, Wayashavala, Wahaya Bayas, Safari, Barak, Rapa'ah, Magun, Hagun, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the water of mine. In English, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai, please bless us, Israel and the school. Bless, heal, shield, protect the Warren family, the Randall family, the Davis family, the Buck family, the Price family, the school, and all Israel. And in the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. So be it. We're going to go to Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Aisha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahariya, Ma'ayan, Yala'ah, Isaiah, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'aratazah, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamaraka, Ana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamaraka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyakah, Yamawam, Hamash, La'ah, Lakaka, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamaraka, Makal Rai, Yashamar, Asanapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazaska, Wabula Aska, Ait Al Walam. And in English, I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from which comes my help. My help comes from the power which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by the day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. From this time forth and even forevermore. All right, we're on to Psalms 83. Alahayim, Al-Damayalaka, Al Takarash, Wa Al Tashakwat, Al Kayahana, Awiyabika, Yahama Yawam, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Ya'iran Yawa, Sawada, Wayata, Ya'itazwa, Al Tazapun Wan Yaka, Amorwa, Lakawa, Wanakak Yagam, Magalia, Wala Yazakar, Shem Yasharala, Iwada, Kaya, Naitazwa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al Yakad, Baryaf, Yakarasma, Alaya, Adawam, Wayashimai, Alayam, Mawaaba, Wahagoria, Gabal, Waanawan, Waanalak, Alashah, Ayashadya, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Ayawa, Zerawai, Labanya Lawa, Salah, Ashalaham, Kaimadian, Kasiyah, Sara'ah, Kayabyan, Onakal, Koyashwan, Nashimadwa, Ba'ayan Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayatamba, Nadab Ya Mawa, Ka'ira, Wakaza'aba, Wakazaba, Wakatazal, Mana'ai, Kal Nasaya Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Naya Rashad, Lanawa, Af, Na'awaf, Alahaya, Shayatamba, Kagalula, Kwakwash, Lapanya Raraka, Ka'ash, Dawa Ira, Ya'ira, Wakala Haba, Alahat, Ariam, Khan, Deridatma, Basa Irika, Wabasa Wafaka, Dawa Halam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Walawam, Waya Bakwashwa, Shemka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Waya Bahawa, I, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya Atha, Shemka, Yahweh, Labaka, Al Yanawam, Al Kaha, Arataza. All right, in the English, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher is also joined with them. They have opened the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeeb, yea, all the princes as Zebah, and as Zamunah, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid of with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right, so which means turn. Yeshavia, which means be seated. I love that last prayer, man, for Israel. You know, it says a lot, you know what I'm saying? Let them be put to shame, you understand? Our enemies, you know what I'm saying? Because Israel have enemies, as it states in the Bible, you know what I'm saying? They became as dung for the earth. You know, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Let them be put to shame. You understand? This is a very important prayer that, you know what I'm saying? We say it in the Hebrew, you know, then we break it back down into English. You know, it has a lot of power to it when you say it in the Hebrew. So, you know, these are the things that, you know, we need to understand, which is our first language. You know what I'm saying? Hebrew is our first language. You know, English was forced on us to speak English, but Hebrew was our first language. You know, that was when, you know, the Lord, when he separated the nations, you know, which is in Deuteronomy 32, you know, he separated the nations and gave, you know, inheritance to the other nations and stuff, you know, separated. So the Lord was never for us to be together, you understand? Not like America, which is the, you know, the melting pot, you know, of this society, you know what I'm saying? But the Lord, you know, he had, you know, other things in mind. You know, he wanted us to be separate. He wanted us to be a separate nation from all these nations. So all that melting pot, you know what I'm saying, is squashed, you know, is dung for the earth, you know, so according to the Lord, you understand? So these are the things that, you know what I'm saying, we have to come back to, these laws, statutes, and commandments, and the understanding that, you know, what this Bible teaches us, you know what I'm saying, our history book, you know what I'm saying, Bible, basic instruction before leaving the earth, you know what I'm saying? So these are the things we need to learn and give to our kids, so this can be passed down through our generations, you understand? So just, you know, just to going over, you know, like I say, that prayer is so powerful, you understand? So let's get into it, you know what I'm saying? I believe we left off at Numbers 5 and 1. We're going to read it in Hebrew, and then we're going to read it in English, and, you know what I'm saying, we're going to go through the breakdown, okay? Numbers 5 and 1. Wayadabar, Yahweh, Masha, La'amar, verse 2. Tazawa, Af, Banyam, Yasharala, Wayashalakwa, Man, Hama Kana, Cal, Tazarwai, Wakal, Zab, Wakal, Tama, Lana Pak, verse 3. Mazakar, Aid, Nakwa Ba, Tasha Lakwa, All, let me see, Makwa, Salaki, Maka Wataza, Lama Kana, Tasha Lakwam, Wala'a, Yatamawa, Ath, Makanyaham, Ashar, Anya, Shakan, Batawakam, verse 4. Waya, Aishwa, Kan, Banyam, Yasharala, Waya Shalakwa, Awatham, Al, Makawataza, Lama Kana, let's see, Ka'awara, Ka'ara, Dabar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, Kan, Aishwa, Banyam, Yasharala. All right, verse 6. Waya Dabar, Yahweh, Al, Masha, La'amar, verse 6. Dabar, Al, Banyam, Yasharala, Ayash, Al, Asha, Kaya, Aishwa, Makal, Kata'ath, Ha'adam, Ma'ayel, Bayahawa, Wa'ashamha, Hanapak, Hahawa'a. Okay, verse 7. Wahata Watwa, Ath, Kata Athma, Ashar, Aishwa, Wahasha Ya, Ath, Ashamwa, Bara Ashwa, Wakamaya, Athwa, Yata, Al Yawa, Wanathan, La Ashara, Ashar, Asham, Lawa. All right, let's get that in the. Let's get that in the breakdown. Okay, this is Numbers 5:1. You see, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, command the children of Israel that they put out of the camp every leper and every one that has an issue, whosoever is defiled by death. So you couldn't come to the congregation, if you had an issue with leper, which you have an issue with skin, just some type of skin disease or something like that. Everyone that has an issue, whosoever it is defiled by death. You know, you couldn't be around, like if you was around a dead body or something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Israel culture and stuff is, you know, you have to be, you know, you couldn't be around a congregation, you know, for 7 days until, you know, 7 days, and then you considered unclean, you know, and then they would, you know, reevaluate you and see if you had, you know, if you didn't have an issue or something like that. Verse 3, both male and female shall ye put out. Without the camp ye shall ye put them. You know, you have to be out of the camp. You know, you couldn't come to camp, you couldn't come to the congregation. That they be defiled, not their camp. You know, you can't, you know, give this to your camp, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the people in your congregation, in the midst whereof I dwell. Verse 4, and the children of Israel did so, and put them out without the camp, as the Lord spake unto Moses. So did the children of Israel. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel. You know, speak unto the children of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Those are, you know, the people of Israel, children of Israel. When a man or a woman shall commit any sin that men commit, to do a trespass against the Lord, to do a trespass against the Lord, and that person be guilty, you know what I'm saying? If you committed a sin, you know what I'm saying, man or woman, if you committed a sin to the Lord, you know what I'm saying, to do trespass against the Lord, that person be guilty. If he was found guilty of a sin against the Lord, verse 7, then they shall confess their sins which they have done, and he shall recompense his trespass with the principal thereof, and add unto it the fifth part thereof, and give it unto him against whom he has trespassed. So if you trespass with the sin, you know what I'm saying, a sin is a trespass, you know, if it's against your own people, you know, you try to get the recompense, trespass, principle thereof, fifth part, and give it unto him against whom he has trespassed. You trespass against one of your brothers. Okay, that's verse 7. So we go back into the Hebrew, and I'll read the next 7 scriptures in Hebrew, and we'll give you a breakdown on that too as well. Okay, Ayan la Ayash. Let me see. Ga'al Lahasha Ya Ha'ayam Ha'asham All Yawah Ha'asham Hashawashah La Yahweh La Kahan Malabadan Ayol Hakaparyam Ashar Yakapar Bawa Al Yawa, verse 9, Wakal Tarawama Lakal Kwadashwa Banyam Yasharala Ashar Yakwara Yabwa Lakahan Lawa Yahaya Wa'ayash Ath Kwadash Yawa Lawa Yahayawa Yashab Ayash Ashar Yatan Lakahan Lawa Yahweh. verse 11. Waya Debar, Yahweh, Allah, Mashah, Amar, verse 12. Debar, Al, Manyam, Yasharala, Waya Amarta, Alham, Ayash, Kaya, Lashata, Ash, Shahwa, Wama Allah, Bawa, Ma'al, verse 13. Washaka, Ayash, Ata, Shaka Bath, Zarai, Wana Ilam, Ma'ayanya, Ayashha, Wanatata Ra, Wahaya, Natama, Wa'id, Ayan, Ba, Waha, La'a, Nata Pasha, verse 14. Wa'ai bar, Al Yawa, Raka, Kwana Wakwana, Aisha, let me see, Aisha, let me see, Salaki, Aishafwa, Wahawa'a, Natama'a, Al, Ibar, Al Yawa, Raka, Kwana, Wakwana, Af, Aishafwa, Waha Yawa, La'a, Natama'a. Okay, 7, pick up in 8. But if a man had no issue, if a man, Salaka, if a man have no kinsman to recompense the trespass unto, let the trespass be recompense unto the Lord. Then even to the priest, besides the ram of the atonement, whereby atonement shall be made for him. So if your family, your kinsman is your family, to recompense the trespass unto, if you didn't have nobody to recompense this trespass to your family, unto trespass unto, let the trespass be recompensed unto the Lord. So if you recompense unto the Lord, even the priest, besides the ram, you know what I'm saying, that was your atonement of the atonement. The ram was the atonement of your trespass, whereby atonement shall be made for him. You see, verse 9, in every offering of all the holy things of the children of Israel, which they bring unto the priest, shall be his. Okay, verse 10, and every man hallowed things shall be his. Whatsoever any man giveth the priest, it shall be his. So whatever you have to bring something to to give to the priest for your atonement, for your trespass, unto the Lord. So, that's, like I say, those are the trespass things that when you did give a trespass to your kinsmen, your family, those are the things you have to bring a lamb or something like that for your trespass atonement. So you have to give something so that the Lord know that, that you're abiding by, the rules that he set up as far as, giving, giving like a, saying that you're, that you make this trespass against your kinsmen. Okay. Verse 11, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, if any man's wife go aside and commit a trespass against him, verse 13, a man lie with her carnally, and it be hid from the eyes of her husband, and be kept clothed, and she be defiled, and there to be no witness against her, neither she be taken with the manner. So, if your wife committed adultery against you, if she lied with another man, and there was no witness, and be kept clothed, if there was no witness, she be defiled. The woman is defiled, she doesn't defile herself with another man, so she's committing adultery, and there be no witness, no one seeing what she did, neither shall she be taken with the manner. Okay, verse 14. And the spirit of jealousy came upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be defiled, or if the spirit of jealousy came upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be not defiled, if you just accuse your woman of, some type of, her being with somebody else, and you just think she had, you just have this jealous spirit in you, and she didn't do anything. Okay, this is what it says. Then shall the man bring his wife unto the priest, and he shall bring her an offering for her, the 10th part of an ephah of barley meal, and shall pour no oil upon it, nor put frankincense thereof, for it is an offering of jealousy, an offering of memorial, bringing iniquity to remembrance. So, if he didn't have no actual proof that, that she defiled herself being with another man or something, uh, and it's just, his spirit of jealousy, he shall pour no oil upon it, nor put frankincense thereof, for it is an offering of jealousy, an offering of memorial, bringing iniquity to remembrance. So you just thinking your wife did something that she actually didn't. And the priest shall bring her near and set her before the Lord. Okay, verse 17. This is got all the way to 17. So I'm just picking up 17 in the Hebrew. Slovakia. That's supposed to stop at 14, but I read in English over to 17. So I'm just going to go back to start at 15. Waha ba ya ha yash ath ashathwa al hakahan waha ba ya ath kwara ba na al yaha Aisha ya Rath ya Pa Kwamash Sharayam La'a Yatazak Al Yawa Shaman Wala'a Yatan Al Yawa Labana Kaya Mana Kath Kwana Ath Hawa'a Mana Kath Zakarwan Mazakarath. Stop at 21. Okay, I1, verse 16. Waha Kwara Yab. Ta Hakahan. Waha I Mada La Panya Yahweh, verse 17. Wala Kwak Hakahan Mayam Kwadashyam Bakoya Karash Wa Man Ha Par Ashar Yahweh Bakwara Kwai Hamasha Kan Yakwak Hakahan Wanatan Al Hamayam. That was the end of 17. End of 17, so let me see. So let's look at that. Okay, so verse 17 in English, and the priest shall take holy water in an earthen vessel. That's just something, that they put the water in, and of the dust that is in the floor of the tabernacle, the priest shall pick up some dust off the ground and put it into the water. Verse 18, and the priest shall set the woman before Yahweh and uncover. Let's see, verse 18, and the priest shall set the woman before the Lord and uncover the woman's head and put an offering of memorial in her hands, which is the jealousy offering. So if the man, these are the the customs of the things you had to do, if the husband had a spirit of jealousy and and if there was no witness or whatever, and if she didn't defile herself, this is what the priest had to do. So there's things that the priest had to do, whether she was defiled or not, but these are the customs, like I say, these are the customs, of our people, trespass and iniquity, if it was something that was done from the woman, or something that he just thought she was doing, and the priest shall have in his hand, and the priest shall have in his hand a bitter water that caused the curse. Verse 19. Let me see. I do not verse 19. I do verse 19. So I'm just giving it to you in English. And the priest shall charge her by an oath and say unto the woman, if no man have lain with thee, and if thou hast not gone aside to uncleanness with another instead of thy husband, be thou free from this bitter water, and water that caused the curse. So, this is something that, you take to the Lord, and the priest, shall charge by an oath and say unto a woman, if no man, if she didn't lie with thee, she didn't lie with no man, and if thou hast not gone astray, and she defiled herself with another instead of thy husband, and she received nobody instead of her husband, be thou free from this bitter water that caused the curse. You know what I'm saying? So that was, if she didn't do nothing, that just because her husband was jealous of her, the priest was setting her, not to receive the curse from the Lord if she didn't defile herself with another man. But if thou hast gone aside unto another instead of thy husband, if she messed with somebody, another man, and if thou be defiled, and some man have lain with thee besides thine husband, if she been with somebody besides her husband, which is committing adultery, the priest shall charge the woman with an oath of cursing. She will get cursed, So the customs that, was back then, really need to be, put forth in today's time, because, women think they just can, not only just a man, but women think they can just, if they lie with another man and nobody's seen, then it was all cool. But like I said, if the husband had some type of inclinancy that, she defiled herself with another man, and this is what it says in 21, then the priest shall charge a woman with an oath of cursing. You will get cursed, and the priest shall say unto the woman, the Lord make thee a curse and an oath among thy people, when the Lord doeth make thy thigh a rot and thy belly to swell. So that was the curse that, the priest would put on you if you defiled yourself with another man, if you slept with another man, or you lied down with another man. The Lord doth make thy thigh to rot and thy belly to swell. So that was a curse that, that the woman would take on if she did defile herself with another man. Verse 22. And this water causeth the curse shall go into thy bowels. So this is the curse, and this is the judgment that, that was put on you when you did those things, to make thy belly swell and thy thigh to rot. And the woman shall say, Amen, Amen. Verse 23, and the priest shall write these curses in a book, and he shall blot them out with the water. Blot them out with the water, with the bitter water. So, like I said, those are the customs back then, and it really need to be, carried out in these today times, because we have so much, iniquity as far as, being with a person, not just saying it's the woman. If the man committed adultery with another woman, if she was married to another man, you have to go through these same, being brought to the priest, come up to the priest, and the priest would, sprinkle that bitter water on you, and you would be, whatever the judgment is according to the Lord. And he shall, verse 24, and he shall cause the woman to drink the bitter water that caused the curse, and the water that causeth the curse shall enter into her and become bitter. So, you know what I'm saying? There was things to prove, you know, if the person did something that was defiling him or her, you know, unto the Lord. You know, these are the things that you had to do. You know, these are the customs that we, you know, that was made by the Lord, so we can, you know, get to the bottom of things and get things resolved in, you know, in that fashion. You understand? So, you know, a lot of things that was done then, you know what I'm saying, was kind of changed in some other matter because of Christ. Then the 25, then the priest shall take the jealousy offering of the woman's hand and shall wave the offering before the Lord and offer it upon the altar. So, you know what I'm saying, if that was true what she did, you know, those are the things that you wave the offering up unto the Lord, you know what I'm saying? You can't hide nothing from the Lord. You understand? And the priest shall, what you're saying, the priest shall take a handful of the offering, even the memorial thereof, and burn it upon the altar, and afterwards shall cause the woman to drink the water. So, you know what I'm saying, these are the things that you had to do when you was, if you was accused of, and if it was true, you know, but if it wasn't true, you know what I'm saying, the priest would, um, even the priest still would give you this water, but if it didn't cause your thigh to rattle or your stomach to your belly to swell, you know what I'm saying, then they know um, those things actually really happen. So it got down to the, you know, to the truth of the matter. And if the woman be not defiled but be clean, then she shall be free. She shall be free and shall conceive a seed. You know what I'm saying? So this would cause you still should be able to conceive a seed, but if you didn't, you know what I'm saying, you was defiled, you know what I'm saying, the Lord would cause you to not, you know what I'm saying, bear children, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, those things is very important, how things are set up. You understand, uh, the way the Lord set up things to, you know, get to the bottom of things. You understand. So everything, you know, had a cause. If you did or if you didn't, you know what I'm saying. And if you didn't, you didn't have to worry about those type of things not being able to conceive. But if you did, you know what I'm saying, the Lord would not give you that child, you know, you would not be able to bear that child, you would not be able to conceive that seed, you know, if another man put a seed up in you. You understand? This is this is verse 29. This is the law of jealousy when a wife goeth aside to another instead of her husband and is defiled. You understand? So, you know, it ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no joke then, and it ain't no joke now. You understand? But um, America has, you know, set different um, ideas in the mind of, you know, some of the women in today's time. Not all of the women, that, you know, you just can do anything. You understand? You just can't go and do anything, even if you wasn't, you know, you didn't get caught and you didn't have no, you know, witness saying these things about you. You know what I'm saying? But there's ways that, you know, if the husband has some kind of inclination of, you know, you don't know, so you still able to go to the priest, you know, and present your charge, you know, and then if the charge was true or false, you know what I'm saying? These are the steps that you take. These are the steps that you take if the charge was true or false. You understand? So, you know, it's not no joke. And like I say, it's in today's time. You know, we just think, you know, going out, having some drinks, and you wind up in another man's bed, you know, and you had a husband, you know, you come home and, you know, you're like, nah, you know, shit, you got another man's cologne on you or something, you know what I'm saying, that was able to detect those type of things that happen, you know, if you defiled yourself, you know, and if the man brought you to the priest, you know, you had to come before the priest, you know, and these are the things that happen, you know what I'm saying? You would get that bitter water, you have to drink that bitter water, you know what I'm saying, and cast it, you know, to the Lord, and he was able to tell, you know what I'm saying, if those things happen or not. So, you know, so it's not no just, you know what I'm saying, going out and doing whatever. No, you slept, if you lay with that man, you're supposed to be with that man, you know, forever, you know, to death do you part, you understand? And that's how it is in even today times. You know, they think just because, you know, the Old Testament, you know, those things are done away with. Let's see. Those things are done away with. You know, the Old Testament is not done away with. You know, but a lot of these Christian churches, you know, tell you, you know, the Old Testament is done away with, and you know, it doesn't count. And, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, these pastors have you, you know what I'm saying, going, you know, giving your soul to the slaughter because they're giving you this wrong information about, you know, how you should do it. You know, if you you know, so-called didn't wasn't getting along with your husband, or you know, if you slept with somebody or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? There's ways to you know, get to if those things happen or not. So, you know, if you defiled yourself, those things are gonna, because you can't hide from the Lord. Those things are gonna come out, and if you didn't defile yourself, you know, um, you know, you stay true to your husband, you know, and things was, you know, pretty much, you know, good, you know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, if you had that jealousy, you know what I'm saying, there's things that happen too. If you jealous, you know what I'm saying, we're going to get to that, you know what I'm saying, as far as what happened to the man, that spirit of jealousy came upon you, you understand? Then shall a man be guiltless from iniquity, and this woman shall bear her iniquity. Then the man be guiltless from iniquity, and this woman shall bear her iniquity. And it's going to come out regardless. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel. This is Numbers 6:1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when either man or woman shall separate themselves to vow a vow of a Nazarene, to separate themselves unto the Lord. So, you know, if you guys was going through, saying can't be around each other, you know, there it's a vow for that too, separate themselves unto the Lord. So even if you separate yourself from your husband, you still can't go and be with somebody else because, you know, so you and your husband is not getting along. Then shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine or vinegar of strong drink, neither shall he drink any liquor or grapes. This is a Nazarite vow, you know what I'm saying? If he was a Nazarite, you know, there's different customs. If he was a Nazarite unto the Lord, you know, certain things you couldn't do. You couldn't drink strong drink or any drink of grapes, nor eat moist grapes or dry grapes, you know what I'm saying? So that's a Nazarite vow. You know, let me see spiritual, neither the man or woman separate themselves to the vow of a Nazarite, to separate themselves unto the Lord. So this vow is a Nazarite separating himself from, you know, unto the Lord. This is a vow that you take unto the Lord. So there's things that you have to do as far as giving that Nazarite vow. You couldn't eat no grapes or drink strong drink. You can't have no liquor or anything, or vinegar of strong drink. Neither shall he drink any liquor. You know, okay, verse 4. And all the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of vine tree, nothing that is made of wine, from the kernels even to the husk. So you couldn't, none of that. All the days of the vow of his separation, neither shall no razor come upon his head. You couldn't cut your hair, you know. So if you was a Nazarite, you couldn't cut your hair. You know, so that's the vow that you take as a Nazarite. That's a Nazarite vow. You couldn't cut your hair, you couldn't drink alcohol. You're not permitted to drink alcohol until the days be fulfilled in which he separated himself unto the Lord. He shall be holy and shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. You know what I'm saying? You would get your hair braided. You know, this ain't saying you getting dreadlocks. No, locks can be unlocked. You know what I'm saying? So this is not dreadlocks. You understand? This is something that when you get locks, because locks can be unlocked. You know what I'm saying? You would just twist your hair up, basically, you know, put something on there and not cut your hair. You couldn't cut your hair, basically, you know. So you just you just kind of basically wind your hair and then just let it grow from there. You understand? You didn't do what, you know what I'm saying, that custom that's, you know, from what is it, the India people, you know what I'm saying? That's where dreadlocks come from. That's a custom of the India people, where they, you know, that's something that when you're doing that, you committing yourself to a different God. You know what I'm saying? That was like a different God that you was worshiping another God if you dreaded your hair up, you know, to where it can't be undone, and you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. That's where the dreads come from. That's a culture of India. That's not a culture of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You know what I'm saying? That's another culture. Okay. Verse 6. All the days that he separated himself unto the Lord, he shall come at no. All the days he separated himself unto the Lord, he shall come at no dead body. Okay. Verse 7. He shall not make himself unclean for his father. You couldn't be unclean, you know, you couldn't be around unclean things or come around dead bodies and stuff like that. Or his mother, for his mother, or for his brother, or for his sister when they died, because of consecrations of his God upon his head. So even if, you know, your mother, father, sister, or brother, you know, you couldn't be around, you know, if they died or something like that. That's just, like I said, that's taking a Nazarite vow. That's taking a Nazarite vow. And slightly, hold on for a second. And you know, you couldn't, even if, you know what I'm saying, it was your mother, father, sister, brother, you know, you've made a commitment unto the Lord to not, you know, come unto these unclean things, you know what I'm saying? Because if you came, like I said, being around a dead body means you're unclean, especially if you was in the same room or touched the body or something like that. You're unclean for 7 days, you know. So being a Nazarite, you know, you couldn't cut your hair, you couldn't drink, you know, liquor or grapes or anything like that. You had locks, which is not dreads. You know, those are the things that you did unto the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You have to stay within that and those vows. You understand? So that's being a Nazarite. You know what I'm saying? That's something that you did up to the Lord. It didn't matter, like I say, it didn't matter if your mother, your father, your sister, your brother passed. It's something that's a vow that you made up to the Lord, and that vow can't be broken if you're being a Nazarite. And here we go, verse 9. If any, and if any man die very suddenly by him, and he has defiled the head of his consecration, then he, this is what you have to do if you broke that vow, and as far as someone dying suddenly, you know, And see, we go back over that. Verse 9, Numbers chapter 6, verse 9. And if any man died very suddenly by him, and he had defiled the head of his consecration, then he shall shave his head in the day of his cleansing. On the seventh day shall he shave it. So if you was something happened and you committed that death or was around a dead body, you would have to shave your head. On the seventh day he shall shave it. On the seventh day you have to shave your head. You have to shave all the hair off your head. That was commitment to being a Nazarite. That was a vow. He was taken as being a Nazarite. And on the eighth day he shall bring 2 turtles. This is the recompense of doing what you have to do after something like that would happen. And on the eighth day he shall bring 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons to the priest to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering, and make an atonement for him, for that he sinned by the dead, and shall hallow his head, cut your hair in his head that same day. So that's the burnt offering and sin offering that you have to make. You have to bring a turtle or a pigeon, 2, one for the sin offering and one for the burnt offering. For the burnt offering. Verse 12, and he shall consecrate unto the Lord the days of his separation, and shall bring a lamb of the first year for a trespass offering, but the days that were before shall be lost. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't count. Before his separation was defiled. Okay, verse 13, and this is the law of the Nazarite. When the days of his separation are fulfilled, he shall be brought unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and he shall offer, verse 14, and he shall offer his offering unto the Lord 1 he-lamb of the first year. He had to get a lamb that was only a year old of the first year without blemish. You couldn't have nothing be wrong with that lamb, so the lamb couldn't have any blemish. He had to be a first year lamb. You know, he couldn't have like no sores or anything, or limping or anything like that. He couldn't have no blemish for the burnt offering, and 1 ewe lamb of the first year without blemish for the sin offering, and 1 ram without blemish for the peace offering. So those are the things you have to do. If you was around a dead body, cut your hair. You have to bring a burnt offering, a sin offering, and a peace offering, to the priest, so you can make that atonement unto the Lord. And verse 15, and a basket of unleavened bread, cakes of fine flour mingled with oil, and wafers of unleavened bread, atoned with oil, and their meat offering and their drink offering. And the priest shall bring them before the Lord, and shall offer his sin offering and his burnt offering. And he shall offer the ram for a sacrifice of peace offering unto the Lord with the basket of unleavened bread. The priest shall offer also his meat offering and his drink offering. And the Nazarite shall shave the head, and the Nazarite shall shave the head of his separation at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall take the hair of the head of his separation and put it in the fire which is under the sacrifice of the peace offering. So after you shave your head, you have to put your hair in the fire for a peace offering. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, these are the customs that, and vows that you did unto the Lord. You understand? So you can give that peace offering, that burnt offering, and that drink offering, unto the Lord. So, like I say, there's a lot of customs that still, and is even in today's time that you have to do, being a Nazarite just as well. These things are just not resolved because a lot of people feel that it's in the Old Testament, and some of these pastors say the Old Testament is done away with, and you no longer have to abide by the laws and statutes of the Old Testament, which is a complete lie that these pastors, teach people, of the learning of, of the what is that? Of the Catholic Church. You understand? All these, the laws is done away with. That's keeping you in sin when you go by what the Catholic Church says and don't go by what the Lord says. You know what I'm saying? You still committing, sin to the Lord, because the Lord didn't authorize the Roman Catholic Church to what they say. You understand? Because they changed a whole lot of things in the Bible. They took the Sabbath day and made it, so-called on a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And changed the Sabbath day. You know what I'm saying? The Lord didn't say change the Sabbath day according to the Roman Catholic Church. So those are all of the tricks and the lies and the heresies that the Roman Catholic Church put out. So you have to be very, aware and astute of, who the Lord was giving, these things to, and He didn't give those things to the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church just made their own laws, not according to the Most High, not according to what the Bible says. You understand? So, you have to be astute, and deal with who, the Lord is messing with. You know what I'm saying? Who the Lord is making His priests. And His prophets. You understand? And the Lord is dealing with the ISUPK as far as priests and prophets, and giving these laws, statutes, and commandments to, so that we can stay in the order of 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 our customs. You understand? And law, statutes, and commandments. So we have to, like I say, you have to be aware of who you really getting your information from, who you so-called following the instructions of people that is not, who the Lord is not messing with. You understand? Just like it says in Psalms 147, 19 and 20. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, He said, He didn't mess with these other nations. You understand? He didn't give these laws to other nations. He dealt with His people. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that Psalms 140. I'll just bring it up. Psalms 147, 19 and 20. You understand? He showed His word unto Jacob. Jacob is the progenitor of the 12 tribes of Israel. His statutes and His judgments unto Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and Indians. Verse 20, He has not dealt so with any nation. The Lord wasn't dealing with those other nations. He wasn't dealing with the Roman Catholic Church. As for His judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. The Lord wasn't messing with these other nations. You know what I'm saying? And that's in Psalms 147, 19 and 20. You understand? So, like I say, you have to go to the men of the Lord. You understand? And then they can give you this understanding. Break down these things because of what the lies and hypocrisy of the Roman Catholic Church. What God. The things that we're supposed to follow. As we was. Like I say, in Numbers, where we was doing the things that, the Nazarite vows and stuff like that. That's of the Lord. The things you have to do. See, like I say, they don't follow these customs. They just make up their own whatever. And pass these on to these churches that follow the Roman Catholic Church beliefs and stuff. Changing the days of the Sabbath, and the New Testament is done away with. Which is all lies, heresy. That things that we have to be aware of not to follow. So, like I said, the Lord It's dealing with his people, you know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Those are the people who he loved, you understand? And that just goes back to, you know what I'm saying, Deuteronomy 7 and 6, you know what I'm saying? You know, who the Lord loves, you know what I'm saying? Amos 3 and 1, you know what I'm saying? Let's go up to Amos 3 and 1, just to, I don't want to quote, I just want to give you, you know, what the Lord says. Let's say, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel. He didn't say children of all nations. He said the children of Israel against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, which is bondage, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. You understand? This is what, you know, the prophet Amos, you know what I'm saying, recorded and put it, you know what I'm saying, this was put into, you know what I'm saying, the Bible. You understand? Therefore, I will punish you for your iniquities. So, you know, we got punished for iniquities if we was following other customs and doing what the Roman Catholic Church is saying. You understand? You know what I'm saying? We had to, therefore I will punish you, you know what I'm saying? And we are being punished because we're not living to the Lord's, you know, to the word, you know what I'm saying, that the Lord has given us. This Bible is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You understand? And ever since 1969, he's been dealing with, you know, dealing with, you know, the ISUPK. That's when the ISUPK was founded in 1969, and the priests and the prophets, you know what I'm saying, Yaquab and, you know, some Masha, you know, all those 7 heads that was back then, the 2 or 3, and then the other men that came in too that, you know what I'm saying, understood, and when they got into this Bible, the Lord put that spirit on them, you know, to understand who we was as a nation of people. You understand? So it's very important that that we stay with these laws, statutes, and commandments, and live what this Bible is saying. You know, get the breakdowns, because the Bible is not a fairy tale book. You understand? This is not a fairy tale. This is a book that, you know what I'm saying, that gives us life. You understand? This Bible gives us life. You know what I'm saying? Just like it gave life to Adam, you know, in Genesis, where when he put that breath of life into Adam, you understand, that breath of life into Adam was these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know, it wasn't him breathing into Adam's nose. You know what I'm saying? You know, this Bible was written on metaphors and stuff like that. You know, but if you didn't have this understanding, you wouldn't understand what the Bible is saying. So, like I say, the Lord only dealt with, you know, his people. You know what I'm saying? Which is blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, who he loved. You understand? So he wasn't dealing with all these people, and it's important that we stay and get the understanding from who the Lord is dealing with. Just like the Lord was dealing with Moses when he brought us out of Egypt, just like it says in Amos 3 and 1, against the whole family that I brought up from the land of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Moses, he was dealing with Moses, man. Moses, you know what I'm saying, brought out of the Egypt, which means bondage, which means slavery, you know what I'm saying? Brought out of slavery. You know, in verse 2, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. These are not words, and I'm just giving you, you know what I'm saying, to convince you. These are the words that's in the Bible. These are the things that, you know what I'm saying, he gave his priests and prophets, and to give understanding to, you know what I'm saying, his people. Therefore, I will punish you, you know what I'm saying? So we get punished for not obeying what the Lord, you know what I'm saying, not obeying these laws, statutes, and commandments from the Lord. So, you know, it's very imperative that we come to these priests and prophets that know how to break down these scriptures and give you the understanding, because that's who the Lord is dealing with. The Lord is dealing with the priests and prophets of the ISUPK, you know what I'm saying, his children, you know what I'm saying, the people who he loved, you know what I'm saying, because the Lord doesn't love, you know what I'm saying, all these other nations like a lot of people just say, the Lord is all love, and, you know what I'm saying, but like I say, you go to Romans 9 and 13, and he tells you who he loved. Jacob have I loved, which is, you know what I'm saying, the father of the 12 tribes of Israel, just like Adam, you know what I'm saying? Adam, you know what I'm saying, he gave that breath of life. He gave his law, statutes, and commandments to Adam. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't dealing with everybody. The Lord loves, you know what I'm saying, his people, and you know what I'm saying, and ISUBK has broken down these things to give to you in layman terms so you can understand, you know what I'm saying, and not be you know, tricked in, you know, who the Lord loves, you know what I'm saying. Everything's in this Bible, you know, has an understanding, and get that understanding, you know, come to these classes, log on to these classes in the ISUBK, you know, during the week, you know what I'm saying. We have the history class on Monday, we have the brotherhood class on Tuesdays, we have the law class on Wednesdays, and then we have a scripture breakdown class on Thursdays, and then we have the Lashawan Kodash class on Friday. You understand? And that's teaching the Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Getting into the Hebrew language, like I say, which is, you know, our first language that the Lord gave us. But you know, being taken into slavery, we was forced to speak English. You know, because we was in captivity. You understand? So we was in captivity, and we, like I said, we was forced to speak English. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's why we speak English as of today, you understand? But our first language is Hebrew. Hebrew is a language. Israelite is, you know, your nationality, you know what I'm saying, who you are according to the Bible. You have a shit show like a thought, sir.
So were you able to take that Ukraine thing off? You said, not that I said it's a way you can take that the Ukraine thing that's surrounding it.
I didn't know it was,
Oh, that's what. It's okay. I can stop you. You still going?
yeah, you come, sir. Did you want to take it?
No.
Come, sir. You know, that's why it's important to understand. Go ahead, kill it. And it's important to understand, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, our first language is Hebrew, you know what I'm saying? So that Hebrew, that and Lashawan Kodash class that we give on Fridays, you know what I'm saying? You know, we may not be speaking Hebrew in today's time, but it's good to know, you know what I'm saying? That's the first language that we was, you know, that the Lord gave us, you know what I'm saying? You know, it may seem kind of weird now because, like I'm saying, they took us in captivity and got us away from all of our law, statutes, and commandments, you know, and didn't give us these things, you know, being in captivity and tell us who we was in captivity, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important, like I say, that's why it's important to know these things, even if you don't challenge yourself with the Hebrew, you know what I'm saying, to get the history of our cultures, our law, statutes, and commandments, you know, as far as ISUBK and as far as being who you are according to the Bible. You understand? So with that being said, I'm going to end this class, and I'm going to say Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, rock a thumb to all the brothers, and Yahweh Shem all the thumb, Shem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters out there. And I'm gonna just do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. We're gonna end with that. We're gonna end the class. I'm gonna say Amaju, which means stand, and Pam Hakodan, which means face to east. We'll end with the Lord's prayers. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shemayah,
Shabbat Shemaya,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Alapuka,
Alapuka,
Taba'ah,
Taba'ah,
Tazayaka,
Zayaka,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Ratazah,
Maratza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Hayah,
Hayah,
Shemaya,
Shemaya,
Thundanawa,
Thunana,
Bakam,
Come,
Cal,
Ka,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalaknawa,
Wasalak now,
Kawawafnawa,
Kawawat now,
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalak now,
Kawawafganawa,
Kawawat now,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Abayayanawa,
Yah now,
Wanasai one,
Bonasai one,
Abal,
Above,
Awashai now,
Awashai now,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Ra,
Kayalaka,
Kayalaka,
Amalakwa,
Hamalakwa,
Wahala,
Wahala,
Watapara,
Watapara,
I will love you.
Alulamyam,
Amen.
Amen.
All right, in English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come.
Yahweh, thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done
Thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our
As
debtors.
we forgive our
Lead
debtors.
us not into temptation,
Lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from
For
evil.
thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the
and
glory,
the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Amen. All right. With that being said, we're going to end the class. we're gonna end the stream, and till next week, we're gonna pick up where we left off today. And shalom, Israel.